I have above target in all domains. I have shaken hands, people above target, process above target, and business environment above target, and here, above target. Oh my God. Hi everyone, my name is Olga, and I want to tell you about my experience of passing PMI certification, PMP. I passed it with above target in 3 categories. It was very interesting experience, I would say. I had a clear goal, what I want to achieve. And if you have a path in your head, how you can achieve it, and that it's in general it's achievable, you will get it. So first of all, you should be mentally prepared to learn and read and listen a lot of new information. I will tell you about my path, how did I do that, and yeah, you can take some advices from me and make your conclusions, and just like take some tips. How did I start? First of all, I thought that where can I get some information about PMP certification and how can I pass that? Of course, it's their official website. So on their website, they said that I should have 3 years of experience as a project manager. You don't need to be in Scrum or in very agile environment or in predictive environment, waterfall, and use all techniques that they want you to know in PMP certification. So it doesn't supposed to be like that. Your experience can be related to any management work where you work with different types of documentation, with managing your team. So this is what they want to see in your experience. I had 2 years of experience as a project manager, and before that I was working as a head of sales. And there is a specific format how you should write your experience, and there are plenty of videos how you can do that. But at the same time, I opened Udemy. Udemy, if you don't know, is a website or application on the phone where you can find any courses. I decided to find a course on Udemy at the same time, and it was not really expensive. The name of the course was PMP certification 35 plus PDU format, PMP exam preparation, UPMP 2023. And the name of the guy who was promoting this course was Sabri C. He had a lot of reviews. I decided to choose him, and in his plan of learning, in the end he had how to submit your application to them. So he gave some examples how your description should look like, and this is where I took some advices. You should adjust it to their requirements. So this is what I did. All resources that you need to know and that I used, I will add here in the description under this video. I applied. I didn't wait for a long time, but it was pretty fast when I received a response that my application is approved, and it means that I can schedule my exam and pass whenever I want. After they approve your application, I think you should schedule your exam in the next half a year. At the same time, I watched a lot of videos from that guy, Sabri C. I was overwhelmed by information, to say honestly. From the very beginning, I wrote everything down in my textbook, handwriting, because I felt that it will help me to remember a lot of things. Maybe it helped, but I will tell you why I am doubting now about this decision, because I really spent a lot of time to write everything in the textbook because I thought it will help me to remember. And sometimes I stopped the video. If I didn't remember what he said, I came back. So it took a lot of time, and I think I spent 2-3 hours every day. I wanted to pass in the end of 2022. I started to prepare in the beginning of November. I'm okay, I have 2 months. Also, I was trying to find some videos on YouTube, maybe about people who already passed, which experience did they have, because I was pretty nervous. The amount of information that you learn for the certification is pretty huge. I think in the middle of my learning, I found a YouTube channel. The name of the channel, Andrew Ramdale, I'm not sure. He has his own TIA, the name of the institute is TIA Institute, and he created that to help students to prepare for PMP certification, and he made his own mock exams. I realized that there are many questions where you can guess just by logic, And I was like, will I have this type of questions on the exam, or I will have more like questions where I just have to know terminology. So as you know, there are many ITTOs everywhere. I was afraid that I should know all of them, and I saw a lot of comments from people, they were afraid about it too. Andrew, he was the one who said, you don't need to learn and memorize ITTOs. You should understand the way how you should behave in different situations, the logic. Of course, you should understand the terminology. You should know what initiation is. You should know what execution is, and you should know what is included in these processes, so you can understand the logic of the question. But you don't have to learn like every single ITTOs for every process, and this is very important because you can focus on what you should know. And also he had a special section, mindset, in his course, and everyone under his videos was like, oh my god, this is the most important section that I've ever seen. Mindset helped me a lot on my exam. I had like 2 above targets or 3 above targets. And I was reading it and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I need that mindset. I want to understand what does it mean. You see, there is risk in the question, or like specific keywords. You understand that some of the answers are not applicable to that question. So this is one of the themes of mindset. Of course, there are much more information there, and I really recommend to get Andrew's course and to for sure check mindset section. When I found Andrew, I was like, oh my god, where have you been before? I'm happy I found you now. And then I purchased his CIA exams, mock exams. I'm very happy that I did that. I passed all of them several times. My first attempt was like 70% correct. My second, I think like 8. He said that you should get at least 80% in every exam, and then you can go to the real exam. So I think I got in every section already like 90 even. So I decided, okay, I can schedule the exam, and I scheduled an exam. Andrew had like very nice tip. It was, I think it's just his thing, like a joke, but like a tradition, you know, it's just cute. He said he's always in blue shirts, and he said, okay, I advise you and recommend you to wear something blue and you will pass the exam. I'm like, oh my god, he's so cute. Okay, I will do this. So I wore everything blue. I wore, look, blue socks. Also, I have blue shirt, and also I was feeling really cold, and I had this blanket, and it's also blue. So let's think it helped. Also, I had very interesting situation in my exam. It was crazy. I was pretty nervous about that. On your exam, you have 180 questions that is divided by 2 breaks. So you have 60 questions, then you have break, then you have again 60 questions, and then you have break and 60 questions. So you can take that break or you don't have to take that break, it's like your decision. But I took breaks twice, and it really helped me to clean my mind a little bit, to make some tea. So yeah, I felt that I needed that 10 minutes. And Andrew, he also recommended take that break. Don't continue like right after you finish 60 questions. Take a break, take a breath, take a moment to yourself, and then come back. So this is what I did. And after I finished 60 questions section, like first section, I was on break. I was like, I didn't check my computer all the time, so I was like making tea, like went to the restroom. Then I'm coming back and I see that my computer is off. What I want to say, when you are on the exam and you are checking the system, you don't see what's going on with your MacBook or with your PC. You cannot say if it's charged or not. And I didn't see that my wire that I connected to my MacBook is unplugged, and I didn't see that, and my MacBook just turned off after I came back after break. So I already completed 60 questions. And I was scared that nothing will be recovered because it's like my fault. But then I turned it on, I like, by default, all my applications started to open. I started to close them, and I opened the system that is like where my exam is, and it was checking my camera, my voice, like my sound, everything all over again. And I was like, oh my god, should I start from the beginning? But then it just resumed my exam, and I was very happy. And yeah, so I had this issue and everything was fine. They just continued the exam, and I'm not sure about the time, if it was reduced from my time or not, because I had plenty of time that particular part of exam, so I'm not sure. But yeah, it's good that it didn't affect it. First section was the most difficult one, for sure. The first section had longer questions, and sometimes you needed to read it like 4 or 5 times to figure out what is the main part of the question. In the second section and in the third section, I didn't have these troubles with reading a task like 4 or 5 times. I think I read like twice just to make sure that I understood it correct, and I got the right answer after that. I think it's logical, like first section you have to think more and then you can like relax a little bit. So I liked this approach and I was prepared for it because I read a lot of information about the exam. I just passed my PMP certification, and I have all above targets. And it was difficult, but I was prepared for it very well. The mindset, it's like very important to pass this exam. Well, sometimes even I'm not an English native speaker. Sometimes I don't understand the meaning of the question, like the meaning of some words in the question. So this is where I just read the answers. I understood the answers but didn't understand the question properly. And this is where I also used mindset from Andrew. I was like, okay, this one is no for sure, this one is no for sure. So I just used selective method, and yeah, it seems like it worked. I have above target. It's like, it's not even target, it's 3 above targets. I am very happy. Yeah, I passed, and I also read a lot of information that people cannot finish on time. Maybe it's because they don't understand English and like properly, and they have to read a sentence to understand it and like to think more because they're not native speakers. But as I said, I'm not native speaker too. But I was always a quick reader. Like I was reading in my own language, in other languages pretty fast, and I think that's why for me it was not a case. I passed, like I finished on 1 hour on the clock, so I still had 1 hour to check my last section, but I didn't do that. I just didn't feel I have to do this. Like I already passed everything. I double checked. I didn't want to triple check. I just submitted, I pressed the button, and I got the results. I got 3 above targets, and I was so grateful to Andrew and to mock exams that I took and to his mindset, because I was talking only about him like last 2 weeks before the exam, because he really helped with his advices. I definitely recommend to prepare with his course, and yeah, it's not an advertisement, it's just my pure advice from heart, because it really helped me, so for sure it will help you. And also he's explaining in very good language, like in very clear English, so you really understand what he's talking about. Like it's, you know, he's not too fast, he's not too slow, and I really love his approach. It was my experience how I passed the exam. If you have some questions, or you are struggling with something, or you don't know where to find any type of information about PMP, you can reach out to me. You can tag me in the comment and ask, and I will reply with pleasure and try to help you. I will link everything to this video, so you can check the course that I took, you can check the TIA Institute and mock exams from Andrew. Also, he's doing live videos every week, and it was also very helpful to me. I believe that you will pass PMP certification. I really believe in you. It's achievable, it's real, you can do this. So, wish you good luck. Thank you so much for watching this video. If any information of this video was valuable to you and you will use it in your own path of passing the PMP exam, I will appreciate you saying some great things, saying thank you, or when you pass your exam, text me and say that you passed it and my advice has helped you. I mean, it will be really great to see that I helped at least some of you. So thank you so much and have a great day. Bye.